Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. And what do you know, it's actually still snowing. You can actually even see it a little bit today. What even is going on? It was actually a little thicker this morning. I think it must be a little bit milder today because it's melted from this morning. It's a bit thicker in my neighbour's garden for some reason. But yeah, it's been snowing like this basically all night long. And it's still snowing now, even though it said it was going to stop like 2 hours ago. There is like a general yellow warning of snow for the next week, I think. But on the actual specific forecast, it does say it isn't meant to be snowing right now. So the fact that it's snowing and it says it's not meant to is quite nice, even though it is very light. Whoa, I stepped on a box and scared my cat. I'm so sorry, baby. You can go back to sleep. Yeah, you go back to sleep. So it's Tuesday. Having dissertation struggles as per usual. So I feel like a broken record having to talk about like what's going on with my dissertation all the time. But I always like to kind of recap for people who haven't watched my vlogs for the past week, and also people who may have forgotten or whatever. I just like to recap, you know. It's important for me. Basically, my dissertation supervisor said she wanted to look over my literature review and kind of compare it to the questions that I prepare for my surveys and interviews for my study, and basically make sure that I'm covering all the topics that I mentioned in my literature review in my questions and vice versa. She said she was going to get back to me last week. She didn't. I emailed her. Technically this morning. I prepared the email yesterday. I wanted it to land in her inbox this morning because she doesn't work at my university on Mondays. And I found out that she's been sick and that's why she hasn't got back to me. This morning I got an email from a different tutor saying, do you want me to look at anything on your dissertation supervisor's behalf so that you guys can do anything? And I'm kind of like, well, she wanted to read my literature review and look at my questions and kind of compare the two. Are you able to do that? Because I feel like that's quite a lot. I feel like she was only offering to check like progress, read some work that I may have done, not do a crap ton of work. She hasn't got back to me. I've literally just sent her, so obviously she's not got back to me yet. But I basically asked her if she can give me the green light to start my study without my dissertation supervisor's approval. I feel like the answer's going to be no. But I also feel like the fact that she's stepped in to say, do you want me to do something while your dissertation supervisor is unwell, makes me think she's going to be unwell for a little while longer. Which is a bit of a concern. So yeah, the only thing I can really do today is start my abstract, which I'm probably going to do today because it's the only thing I can do at this point. Everything else is done. I've got an informal confirmation from my interview participants. I can't do that with my survey participants, so I have to wait until the green light comes in so I can start doing that. And all the things that need to be written, all the chapters that can be written up to this point have been written. So it's literally just a case of starting the abstract. I can't even finish it because the abstract is a summary of the whole study and I haven't started the study yet. I can only really do the explanation bit at the beginning, which is like 2 sentences. So that's what I'm going to be cracking on with this morning. I'm going to get the laundry over and done with first thing this morning, might as well. And then Slippers has a vet appointment this afternoon. I really hate taking her to the vet. More so at the moment because I can't go in with her because of COVID. Like, normally I'm okay taking her to the vet because I know I'm going to be with her the entire time and making sure she's okay. Because of COVID, the way it works is you kind of pull up in the car park, give them a ring to let them know that you're there, and then they come out to the car, take her from you, go inside for 20 odd minutes, and then take her back out again. And it's quite horrible, just kind of sitting there not being with her because she really, really, really hates the vet. She gets really, really anxious and then she sulks with me when we come home. I booked it yesterday thinking that, oh, there's birds on the bird feeder. I'm gonna have to tell my sister to watch this vlog. Oh, they just flew away as I started zooming in. Oh no, there's one there. There's a robin in the bird feeder. No, that's nice. That's a nice picturesque little thing. Little robin in the snow on a bird feeder. Although that is a dead plant pot it's in. How cute! Yeah, I booked her vet appointment yesterday, assuming that it would be next week. They actually invited me to come in yesterday afternoon, and I was like, no, my driver's at work right now, and I'm not sure when he'll next look at his phone, so I don't really want to say yes to that right now. And then they were like, oh, do you want to come in tomorrow? And I was like, oh, I guess, okay. I was expecting them to say come in next week. I guess because of the pandemic, no one's taking their pets for a checkup at the moment, which is really bad. Should definitely be doing that. Slippers is basically going in for a gingivitis checkup. She was diagnosed with gingivitis last summer. We were given some cream and we were basically told to use it up, give it a couple of months, and come back to see how she's getting on. So that's what we're doing today. I hate it. I hate taking her to the vet. I feel like the worst person ever, but it's got to be done, Slippers. Is she cute? She is cute. But yeah, we have a good few hours until then. I'm gonna do the laundry, then I'm gonna do whatever the hell it is I can with my dissertation, and then, yeah, vet time. Right, afternoon everyone, it's a bit later. Started writing my abstract. It's okay. It's kind of difficult to write an abstract when you haven't finished the study yet, because you don't really know what angle to take with the summary. I've started it. It's a solid first draft for what I can do so far, but probably will end up changing quite a bit in the future, but I can't really do anything about that right now. I'm officially at a proper dead end now with my dissertation. I haven't gotten an email back from the other tutor who offered to look over my work or do what she can. I'm assuming she's not going to be able to help me, honestly. But we'll see. We'll see how we go with that. What I have also managed to do is pluck up the courage to look at my grades from last semester. It was exactly as I predicted. It was an upper second in the module I knew I didn't do very well in, and a first in the other one, which is great. It's kind of a mixed emotions situation, because as much as I'm glad that I got a first in the other one, which means I'm still in the running to graduate with a first overall, I can only afford one upper second this year in order to graduate with the first overall, and I've used it on this module, which means the other module that I've got this semester has to be a first, otherwise I don't graduate with a first overall. I knew that all of last semester that I wasn't going to get a first in that module, because it was just a very, not disorganised, but it was just a very, very broad subject range. I don't know, it was really difficult to explain. It was just a really broad subject, and every time I asked my tutor a question, she didn't really help. She tried, but like nothing she was saying was making sense with my interpretation of what the assessment was, and I don't know. I tried my hardest. I didn't do badly. An upper second is not a bad grade, but you know, it means that I've used up my upper second for the year, which means that the module that I'm doing this semester has to be a first, which there are 2 different assessments in this module that I'm doing. I don't know how I feel about them. I'm feeling somewhat confident. The topic is so much more interesting. I'm much more engaged with it. However, the tutor that I have for this module, lovely lady, not a bad teacher, but she's a bit disorganised. The last time I had her, she got mixed up with a different module we were doing. Basically, I asked her a question, she answered it in regards to the other module that she thought it was, and it cost me my grade and was actually the lowest grade I've ever gotten at university. Luckily that was in my first year, so didn't actually make that big of an impact, and it was still an upper second to be fair, but yeah, has made me lose a little bit of confidence in her as a teacher, and therefore this module. I think tomorrow I'm going to start working on the formative for that, because she hasn't really clearly talked about she's briefly mentioned a formative where we submit a bullet point plan as to what we're going to do for both of these assignments, which I think I'm going to start working on tomorrow where I can. But she's not said when it is, and there's no indication on the schedule that she's laid out for the entire semester when it is. She's just casually said it in a voice recording on a lecture, and that's it. That's the only time it's been mentioned. So I don't know really what that's about, but I figure if I start on that and then she goes, surprise, you need to hand this in next week, it's there. It's a mixed emotions feeling. It's just a case of this other module now. Really? Anyways, I feel like I ramble a lot and it's only something that I can understand and no one watching understands anything that I'm saying. But it's nice to vent, it's nice to get that stuff out. Anyway, I'm gonna go have lunch now, and then I'm gonna harass my cat for the rest of the day before she goes to the vet, because I don't want to take her to the vet. I feel like a meanie. Oh dear.
Hello.
Hello. We can take the masks off now, we've stopped talking to the vet. Ugh. Ugh. Just dropped slippers in. The vet made it sound like there was literally going to be no one here. This car park is so full of cars, but to be fair, I think most of them are people who work here.
I mean, that one's got icicles hanging off.
Which one?
The one in front.
Is it? Where?
Look below the reg.
Oh, yeah.
And that one's got an icicle between the two doors.
Okay, so maybe some people who live locally park their cars here? There's not a house above the vet, is there? That's not like an apartment.
I think it might be.
Really? But then where do they keep all of their, like, surgical rooms and stuff? It can't all be on the ground floor, it's not a big enough building.
No, I guess it's not.
Because they need to have staff areas as well. Anyways, yeah. Drop slippers in. I don't know, she seemed calmer when we were giving her over because we kind of pulled up in the car park and had like 5 minutes to wait, and she settled quite a bit, which was good. Then obviously...
Well, longer than 5 minutes.
Was it longer than 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Her appointment was 1:45.
We got here just before. Oh, and it's now 5. Didn't see the time. Yeah, bless her. And the vet was really nice. I was really worried that they would be... The last time we came, the vet seemed to be in a bit of a rush, so I feel like I didn't say anything that I needed to say. But this one was really not. So it makes me think that they actually aren't chock-a-block booked. No, that they actually... What was I saying? When I called, it made it seem like they had like no appointments at the moment, and that lady talking slowly and kind of going through everything with me made me feel like that was the case. But there's so many cars in this car park, it's unreal. Now we're just waiting. I was going to vlog putting her in the cage, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to, my poor baby. She only had one meow attack on the drive over. There was a bend and some potholes and she didn't like it.
She doesn't like potholes.
She doesn't like potholes. Or Chris driving too fast. To be fair, she doesn't like any driving, so... But yeah, we'll keep you updated when she gets back. There she is. She's all okay, she's a bit... Hey, beautiful! We're going home now, okay? Yeah. Yeah, bless her. She's, they said she's, still got it very mildly, gingivitis. Oh, lights go off. Chris is just paying for the gingivitis cream. Basically, they said she's got a very teeny bit of gingivitis left. Nothing serious, and they basically said, you know, you don't have to keep up with the gingivitis cream, but if you want to prevent things from getting a little worse, you probably should. And we were like, well, might as well while we're here. Chris is just paying for it because I forgot my wallet. Whoops. She's had her claws trimmed, and we've also got some more flea treatment. So, successful vet trip, although she might not agree. So yeah, I'm now gonna head home. Still wearing a mask, aren't I? I don't need to wear that anymore. This mask is slightly too big, so I have to pinch the nose bit super high to make it fit my face properly. It just looks like my nose is a weird shape. But yeah, I'm really happy that everything's okay. I was really worried. I always get worried taking it to the vet, because it's always like, what if they discover something that you've not even noticed and it's like really serious? Because that's scary. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head home now. Poor Chris standing outside the door waiting to be let into pay. There we go, that you get. Look, we got flu for you to say sorry, but you're gonna run away. Yep. Not talking to you guys.
We're in a fight.
We're in a fight. Oh, I'm gonna take her
Oh, but
unclaimed
there's a lot of
treats.
flu. There's a lot of flu. She's like, alright, you've served your punishment. Actually, have you? I don't know.
She's just standing outside the door.
Yeah.
Don't take the camera. I was saying to Chris we should really get her a new cat carrier because she's had that one since she was a kitten and it is manky.
Yeah, it's very dirty.
It's really dirty, it smells really bad, and I found a really cute one online the other week. Just browsing for random cat orientated products. But yeah, all home, all settled, all good.
You a good girl today?
And just like that, she's back to wanting cuddles.
We've had our punishment.
It lasted a whole 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah. You stood your ground, didn't you?
10 minutes, and then I wrapped the blanket around myself while I was on my laptop, and she came back in, and we had a nice cuddle, didn't we? Just had dinner, watched another episode of His Dark Materials. Very good, very good. Now I've got Kitten, cuddly and forgiving, which is always nice. Shall we give you your new dose of your new gingivitis cream? Clear up that last little bit, huh? Chris, that's your cue.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No, to go grab the gingivitis cream.
Oh. Is it the normal ones?
It's on where all the other cat stuff is. Very good.
What does that smell like?
Oh, depth perception. Not got good depth perception, have you?
Uh-oh, very runny.
It's very runny. Yeah, it's not. It's not like the other one. This is a much creamier one.
Oh no! Quick slippers.
Decent day. Didn't do much dissertation wise. I did just get an email from the other tutor saying that my tutor is back now. So that lasted a whole day. So hopefully she'll get back to me tomorrow because I emailed her this morning. But we'll see. Yeah, took Slippers to the vet.
Good.
And she was a good girl. Good day. Nice to get out the house for the first time since December. Now we're gonna end the vlog here and go to bed. So thank you very much for watching it. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you nicely, puss. Yes, my good girl. Night, Chris.